Before we talk about truck camper life, we need to start with van life. Van life is sweet. It's the best life that I've ever lived. In fact, I don't think I could live in a house again. I don't think I could ever live a different life. Living in a van and traveling around the country is the greatest thing that I've ever done for myself. So van life is sweet. And I would know because I've built out and lived in two Sprinter vans. And they were really nice vans. And I spent years building both of them out. And the reason that I've lived in and built out two is because the thing that's always brought me down with the van life is the van will break down. It's always gonna break down, and that's not ever been a big deal. When the van breaks, I usually fix it, but I'm not a great mechanic. I'm not a great builder, but I still build, I still fix cars. I'm poor. But the thing is, my first van, the engine blew, and it was during COVID, and Mercedes decided to stop making the engine, and so they were going to charge $18,000 for that engine. And that was like, I didn't have that kind of money, And so I bought another van, the same exact van, and I took everything out of the old one, and I made it a better build. But this van, the engine was already swapped, and so it seemed like a much better deal. And so then I spent an entire year building out another van, and that was sweet. Like I said, van life is sweet, man. I went to Montana, I went to Idaho, Washington, Oregon. Gosh, that was a good time. But then I came back here to Nebraska for the holidays, and I had an oil leak, and it was in the dead of winter, obviously the holidays. And so I took it to a mechanic. Mechanic told me what was wrong, said it was not a big deal, they'd fix it, and it was the same mechanic that supposedly swapped the engine out in the van, and so I trusted him. But then the mechanic completely ripped apart my engine. And it cost me all the money that I had just to get the van out of the shop, and it was broken. It needed all new injectors. It needed I don't even remember, it's been over a year, but I didn't have any money. I spent all my money getting that van out of the shop, which was a ton of money. And so the thing about Sprinter vans, and the thing about the van life that's brought me down every time, is that mechanics don't know how to work on them. Nobody wants to work on them, so you gotta take it to the Mercedes dealership. But I had two old Sprinters. No one wants to work on those, and I'll do work. I've done a lot of work on both of my vans, but the thing is when it comes to things like injectors or I don't know, anything technical, and if you mess up, you could blow the engine, I'm gonna take it to a mechanic, you know, because I'm not one. And so no one wants to work on them. And then the other thing is, like, even if someone does work on it, apparently they're gonna ruin it. And so then you ruin this beautiful van that you spent a year building, two vans, remind you, and then you need a new engine. And the engine's $18,000. I don't even know what it is these days, probably way more than $18,000. And so then you're left with a house that you can't take anywhere. You've lost your vehicle, you've lost everything. And so after the last van got destroyed, I decided I was done with van life. And I thought real hard, and my solution was a truck camper. See, the thing about the truck camper is, if the truck goes, then you don't lose your house. I can just get another truck. There's thousands of trucks, they're everywhere. So I could just go get a truck, lose one truck, get a truck the next day. There's tens of thousands and thousands of trucks everywhere. And the thing is like, my truck is a Dodge. It's an old Dodge. Any mechanic knows how to work on a Dodge. I can work on a Dodge. You know, it's a simple truck. And so I can take it to any mechanic. Parts are readily available. I don't have to wait for shipping from, you know, Million Mile Sprinter or from Europe or wherever with like a Sprinter van. With Dodge, I can just go to any local parts store in any town that I'm in and pick up the part, fix the truck. Just a simple truck. So that's my rant about van life. Alright, dude. That's probably good. So this is my last day in Nebraska. The truck camper's done, and I'm moving on. So I want to go live some good old-fashioned proper truck camper life somewhere. Just want to go camp somewhere, light a fire, and just celebrate all the hard work that I just did before I leave this beautiful place. So I'm gonna go look for a campground. I've never paid to stay at a campground in Nebraska. I've never paid to stay anywhere in Nebraska. I've stayed at Cracker Barrels, Walmart parking lots, apartment complex parking lots. I like to stay at WMA land. If you ever are in Nebraska, Yankee Hill, WMA, it's kind of by Lincoln, Nebraska. That's a sweet place to stay. I love staying there. But they don't allow campfires. And I see people that like campfires there sometimes, but I don't want to break the rules since they got signs everywhere. So I bought the pass already. I got the day pass, the day Nebraska Parks pass, and we're gonna go check out, I think it's called Wigwam Lake. Yeah, Wigwam or Stagecoach. Anyway, I heard that they dredged the lake, so it might not be that cool, but it's the closest lake nearby, and I can light a fire and go live some good old truck camper life. We're gonna go to a campground. It's like 30 minutes away, I think. It's time to crank the tunes, and I'll meet you guys when we get there. Here we are at a Nebraska campground. Just in time for sunset. There's only one other person here. Otherwise, I've got the place to myself right next to the bathrooms.
Down so
view. There's an owl over there. It's real good to be out here. I really wanted to make my first video in Nebraska. This is such a great place to live in a vehicle. I mean, I know that there's not any mountains and there's not, you know, anywhere to hike or anything like that, but like Nebraska is a great place to just get things done. To just, like, if you need to save up on money, I mean, I built both of my vans and all I did was DoorDash in Nebraska. And I mean, all I did was work, but what a great place. No one cares where you sleep in the city. You can sleep anywhere. Walmart still allows overnight parking. Never get any knocks on the door. It's a good place. And the people of Nebraska, all the people that I've grown to love here are just, they're just amazing. They're just the most genuine, kind, compassionate people you'll ever meet. And they always help. And I'm super grateful for this place. Every time that my van is broken down to the point of no return, I end up returning to Nebraska. And I know that none of the people are probably going to watch this that helped me get this, but to everybody in Nebraska that did help me out through this last year and a half, thank you so much. I couldn't have done it without you. And if you're experiencing hard times, or you know, you're moving into a vehicle for the first time and you just need a place to lay low and focus on something, maybe it's a YouTube channel, maybe it's saving money, maybe it's building out your van while you're living in it, maybe it's building out your truck camper. Nebraska is a great place. It's a great place just to be able to sleep in peace anywhere in a vehicle and just focus on what you need to get done. And I'm super grateful. Anyway, it's getting late and it's getting cold, so I'm gonna turn the heater on and probably wrap it up here tonight. Thank you for coming along on my first paid camping trip in Nebraska. And I'll see you in the morning. Well, I suppose that about wraps it up. Away she goes. If you made it this far in the video, then chances are you're probably into this kind of stuff, so make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And keep on living that good life. And if you haven't found the good life yet, don't stop looking for it. You never know where it might be. You might even find that it's in a truck camper in Nebraska. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.